You know that feeling when you look around and realize you're the last one awake, and instead of feeling tired, you feel energized. Like the best version of you exists while everyone else is sleeping. You've probably been told your whole life that staying up late is not good for you. But here's the interesting part. Psychology says the people who always stay up late aren't irresponsible. They're just wired differently. And the reason you're still awake says more about you than any bedtime routine ever could. People who stay up late tend to fall into one of these four types. Let's find out if you see yourself in any of these. The factory setting. For some people, staying up late is not a choice. It's a default setting. Picture 3 alarms. You've set all of them, and you're still dragging yourself out of bed at 7 a.m., feeling like you got hit by a truck. Not from a bad night, just from a body that never wanted to be awake early in the morning in the first place. These people aren't choosing to stay up late. They're built that way. Chronotype is basically your body's internal clock, the hours it's actually built to be awake and asleep. And for some people, that clock is just set later than everyone else's. For evening types, peak performance just comes later. Research has found that evening types tend to score meaningfully higher on cognitive tests measuring memory, reasoning, and processing speed. Their brains weren't worse. They were running on the wrong schedule. Forcing a night owl into a 9-to-5 world is like asking someone to run a race in shoes 2 sizes too small. Yeah, you'll finish the race, but the actual performance will be terrible. Not to mention a little painful. For this type, staying up late isn't a bad habit. It's just what works best for their brain. The midnight creator. These are the people who stay up late because the dark is where they do their best work. During the day, the world is too loud. Someone always needs something. But at 11 p.m., when the house finally goes still, something opens up. There's a room in their head that only opens up late at night. The thoughts come easier. The ideas feel sharper. Picture opening a notes app at midnight and an idea arriving that wasn't there earlier in the day because of everything else that was going on. Think of it like a bouncer who gets tired at the end of the night and starts letting everyone in. Psychologists call this creative disinhibition. As the brain fatigues, it stops filtering ideas as aggressively. The weird thoughts, the unexpected connections, the ideas you'd normally talk yourself out of, they all get through. For this type, staying up late isn't insomnia. It's access, the late-night looper. These people aren't up because they want to be. They're up because they can't stop. The day's structure acts like guardrails. There's always somewhere to be, something to be done. But when those drop and the house goes quiet, the thoughts start talking, and they don't stop. This is the person lying in bed, replaying a conversation from 3 days ago, rehearsing next week's problems, or mentally writing an email they haven't sent yet. For them, rest isn't a reward at the end of the day. It's a door they can't find the key for. Psychologists call this cognitive hyperarousal, the brain staying in an active problem-solving state long after the body is exhausted. It's not laziness. The nervous system hasn't gotten the signal that the threat is over. For this type, staying up late is what happens when the mind hasn't learned to let go when the world does. The after-hours owner. For this type, their whole day belongs to someone else. The job, the kids, the calendar. Every hour has a label on it. But after midnight, that's theirs. No one texting, no one needing anything. Staying up late becomes quiet defiance, carving out the only corner of the day where no one has a claim to them. This time is theirs to do what they please. Researchers call this revenge bedtime procrastination, the tendency to delay sleep, to reclaim a sense of control and personal time at the end of an overscheduled day. It's not about the phone or the show. It's about ownership. This pattern often starts in childhood. The kid reading under the covers with a flashlight or playing on their Game Boy, not because they weren't tired, but because the night was the one place they could just exist. For this type, the night isn't wasted time. It's the only time that actually belongs to them. One of these four types probably landed differently for you than the others. Maybe it is just how you are wired. Maybe it's the endless anxiety spirals you can't help. Or maybe it was recognizing that you stay up just to finally have time to yourself. The question worth sitting with isn't just which type you are. It's whether your late nights are giving you something or quietly taking something from you, because that question has followed night owls for a long time, and the world hasn't always been kind about it. Society has had a verdict on night owls for centuries: lazy, undisciplined, out of step. Benjamin Franklin's early to bed, early to rise got absorbed into the culture, and almost no one ever questioned it. But researchers studying the Hadza, one of the last surviving hunter-gatherer societies, found something that reframes all of it. The mix of early and late sleepers meant there was almost no window where the entire group was unprotected at once. The night owl wasn't the outlier. They were the watch. The world built a 9-to-5 structure and called anyone who didn't fit it broken. That's a design problem, not a character flaw. So which type are you? The factory setting? The midnight creator? The late night looper? Or the after hours owner? Drop it in the comments. And if this hit home, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support.